He's a cook. He
Oh,
cooked
nice.
and he always cooked. Well, he's not actually a chef, but he cooks. Um, and he cooked for me all the time. I really didn't have to cook much, so I really loved that. And like we really had a connection. It's just he had his own personal things going on.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, because typically women, when they date someone, especially someone who the sex is great, and we're on each other like rabbits, they typically have like a fantasy with this guy. Maybe he reminds them of a celebrity or such. That may not be the case for you, but if you had to just to give us a mindset or a picture of who he was at that time for you, if there was like a celebrity or a TV character that he reminded you of during that time, what would that be, or who would that be?
Um, I would say he was like a usher.
Now we talking about today, Usher, or you make me want to Usher?
No, the back in the day usher.
So you thought he was fine, huh? So you was able to
Yeah,
look over.
he's definitely eye candy, or what he was at that time for me.
So let's move forward. You guys go ahead and get married, and you have your first child. How was the married life, in the early years?
Well, we were together for almost 15 years before we separated last year. We had our first child the year after we met, and it wasn't good, but it was up and down. It was up and down. Me, I was trying to leave him actually when I found out I was pregnant. Once I found out I was pregnant, I was like, you know what, we're gonna make this work. But um, a lot of people ask me like, why did you stay? And I wanted to raise my child. I knew I always wanted that. I wanted to raise my child with both parents. So I'm like, well, whatever we got to do, we're gonna make it work. As long as he's not trying to leave me, I'm not gonna leave him.
Well, when you say things, had some issues there, was there a level of like toxicity to that point, or was it like abuse, things of that nature, or what are we looking at here?
Yes, it was a lot of toxicity, a lot of abuse. He choke slammed me, beat me up when I was 2 months pregnant. A couple of weeks after I found out, maybe not even a couple of weeks, right after I found out I was pregnant, we got into it. He crashed my car, and he did a hit and run, and we weren't getting along. It was already toxic, and he choke slammed me, and that all went left because I ended up having him beat up, and I believe he held that against me the rest of our relationship. He made me suffer for that, and he never let it go.